So good morning guys, good day everybody, welcome to another video. So the gist of this video is that when I started YouTube, I did a little survey to find out what everybody would want to hear me talk about, and one of the things that came out of that little survey was that person wanted me to talk about things that affect women and women's health. So I thought about it, and thought about it, because this topic is a bit personal to me, and I thought about not bottling up the information within me, because I do suffer with this, but spreading it and sharing it with other persons so that they can become aware. Now I do that on my WhatsApp every now and then when I post a status about PCOS, and so since September is celebrated as Polycystic Ovary Syndromes Month, PCOS, I decided to use this medium to talk about one, what the condition is, and my experience with it. It's the first time I'm actually going to talk about this so publicly. Normally I post a picture or something about that, but talking about my experience, it's the first. So here we go, bear with me. I'm kind of bear my soul. So yeah, here we go. Excited to share our story. Join us on our journey. God's blessings on our little family. We want you to grow with us. Chilling with our meals. Okay, welcome back again guys. Before we go any further, if you are new to this channel, please do click the like button, the share button, and do subscribe to our channel. Alright, thank you so very much in advance. So as I said before, we're going to be talking about polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS. And you may ask, what is it? So this is a condition that affects women, and it's actually every 1 in 10 women struggles with PCOS, and it affects persons of the reproductive age. So what it does is that for persons who are for their menstrual cycle, either you have irregular period or you have prolonged period, and it affects your ovaries. So there are little follicles on it with fluid that blocks you from ovulating regularly. Yes, ovulating regularly. So what it does is that you also have an increase in male hormone. So it affects your ovaries, it affects your period, and your menstrual cycle. It affects your hormones. So we're going to look at the symptoms that you might have to know that you are struggling with PCOS. First and most notable symptom is irregular period, or excess prolonged period. For me, with this portion, I had very irregular periods. So the period would come for, it usually started like January, I saw it, February I didn't see it, and then continue that trend. Then every year I would miss a month, or the days between would be extra long. Normally it's 28 days. For me it would be 30, 35, 40 days. So my period is very irregular. Yes, I've never, since and I started having my period leaks, I've never had a regular period. Yeah. And then when it does come, it's kinda long. In the later years now, in my teens it was 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. As I gradually grew up, got older, it became a week, 2 weeks worth of bleeding. Yes, so you have that. The other noticeable symptom of PCOS is that you have an increase in male hormones. So now you have an excess hair growth. So you have hair where hair is not supposed to be. So you have persons who might have hair underneath the chin or on the face, facial hair. Persons might have chest hair, hair on the tummy, excess hair on the legs and hands. So that is one. For me, I have excess hair on my tummy, but it's not a lot. It's just a little bit on the tummy. So for some, they might have chest hair in the chest or on their face, or a full-blown beard. Another thing is that while you have excess hair growth on the body, you have hair loss on your head. I just don't know why the hair couldn't grow in your head instead of on your body, but that's just how PCOS works. So you have thinning of the hair. So for me, I think my hair is thin, but not so thin. Another noticeable thing is that symptoms that it causes infertility. Now, because the body is not ovulating as it should, which means releasing an egg, it's hard for the woman to become pregnant. So for me, that's one of the things that we're trying to work on, me ovulating. So I spoke to a doctor that I have been visiting now, placed me on metformin. Guys, it's not fun. Metformin is not fun. And yes, persons with metformin to control their insulin, and because PCOS makes persons insulin resistant, so your insulin is not working as it should, or it is your body is producing too much insulin, causing your other hormones not to work as they should. So right now, metformin is trying to get the insulin under control so that I can have a regular cycle and ovulate properly. Alright, so I covered infertility, I covered hormones, I covered hair growth. Next is your mental health. Persons with PCOS suffer from severe anxiety or severe depression. You get one, and severe mood swings. So for the severe anxiety, you just don't know, everything just makes you anxious. Every single thing. I can be sitting and watching a show and I become extremely anxious watching the show for no apparent reason. Now I can be just sitting and thinking and overthinking things. I have, so for example, when I was going to school and I have a test coming up, one day I remember my anxiety took a hold on me so much that I started having cold sweats, vomiting. I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything. And the exam was that very morning. I think I had a 1 o'clock exam or an 11 o'clock exam. No, it was 1 o'clock. A 1 o'clock exam, and an hour before the exam, outside I vomit. To how anxious I was about the exam. And it's not just that, any other thing else, any major thing coming up in your life, you become extremely anxious for no apparent reason. Now with the depression, oh my god, it causes severe depression. You are depressed, something didn't go the way you wanted to, you become extremely depressed. It's like you wonder, why am I even living? And I'm not sharing this a persons to bash me, it's just what I have been, is what I have gone through. Depression is real. Depression is real, and it's more so real among persons who suffer with women who suffer with PCOS. And one of the reasons for that is that you want a child so badly, but your body is working against you in getting what you want. When you sit and think about it, you sit and think about the partner who is excited to get, or who is excited to have that child, who is excited and wants that child, but instead every month there is one line on the test. It causes you to slump into a depression. And the thing with depression is that some persons mask it so well, where every day there is a smile on your face, but when you get home or in your own private corner, you're crying like crazy, wishing that you weren't born, and thinking that why are you even alive? So depression is real, and your mental health with going out having PCOS, you have to get your mental health in check. You have to have a solid foundation to know that, hey, I am going through this, but I will make it through. I am worthy of being alive. I'm worthy of being on this earth because there's somebody who needs me to be here. And when you realize that and process that in your head, then you will be able to move past anything that you are going through, because it is real, trust me. So we've touched on that. Mood swings is so important. One minute you're happy, the next minute you're sad. One minute you are on cloud 9, the next minute you're at cloud 0, you're on ground 0. And that goes line in line with depression as well. Alright, so the last thing I can say, which is a symptom, is weight gain. For some persons with PCOS, you notice that they are actually big in body. For me, I kind of like little weight. Yeah, I don't know, me alone like it too. But my tummy, yeah, big. No one get rid of it. Yeah, but weight gain is a serious issue, so you have to get your weight under check, because when you have all that excess weight on your body can't function as the way it should. Your reproductive body can function the way it should. Right? So you'd have to exercise and get your body right, eat right. And in Jamaica, we know we have a problem with that. Yes, we do. But nothing tried, nothing done. So we've covered symptoms. Is there a cure for it? No. Are there ways to treat it? Yes. I spoke earlier about taking metformin. For me, that's one of the methods that they give to say you can treat it, to get your hormones the way they should, or get it in line so your body can ovulate and so that you can menstruate on a regular cycle. There are other methods that you can research, because this takes a lot of research, and I found out. I think I should talk about that too. When I found out that I had it, I I was abstinent straight up until marriage. So I was a virgin when I got married. Yay me! Um, I was a virgin when I got married. So after getting married, I think a year after, we decided we were gonna start trying to have a child. I think we planned it out the October. We baby danced. November, December, no period. Straight up to January, so this is 3 months, no period. I thought that probably something had happened. When I went to the doctor, I was told that I wasn't, and that was when I was told that I had PCOS. Then I started to wonder, why me? Why did I have to go through this? Why me? And that's one of the questions many persons ask when they struggle with this condition. Why me? I think we were given this task because we were strong enough to deal with it. Yes, but there comes a point when you alone can't handle it by yourself, when you have all this bottled up inside of you. So now we're going to talk about 3 things that you should never say to a woman who is struggling with PCOS. 1, if she is obese, or if she has on a lot of weight, or you're so fat. No. The weight is hard to go. No matter how hard she might try, it's hard for her to lose the weight. So if it is that you're going to comment and you come with some plans for her to aid her in losing the weight so she can get her hormones and her body under control. Number 2, also Eerie, you can't shave. She could have just shaved yesterday and still the hair grows rapidly. She might have hairy hands and she can't do anything about it. The only thing she can do is shave her hands constantly. But it's just what happens when you have excess androgens, which is the main hormone in the body. And number 3, when you have baby, that one is like kryptonite to a woman who is suffering with PCOS. Why? Because it's hard for her to get pregnant. And forgive me, but I think it is basically rude to say to a woman every time, oh, you're not have a baby yet, oh, you're not pregnant yet, when you're gonna have a baby, because you don't know what that woman is going through. So for me, it became repetitive that I just zoned it out, or I would respond with a one-liner whenever the time is right. And that's true, because sometimes God's timing and our timing is not the right timing, so they have to come in line. So whenever the time is right, the baby will come. So that's my one-liner in dealing with that question. But to ask a woman that, I'll leave it at that. So I'm now moving to 3 things that a woman needs when she's suffering with PCOS. She needs a support system. So she needs somebody or persons around her who will work with her, encourage her, and see the good in her instead of seeing all the bad, right? Because a healthy support system will take her a long way. So she have someone to talk to, a shoulder to cry on, someone who understands the condition and know that, hey, this is real and we are in this journey together. I think thankfully for me, my family knows that I have it, and they have not bashed me, they have not thrown things in my face, and I am truly grateful for that. Also, I'm grateful to my husband because he knows that I have it and he understands what I'm going through. He's been there when I'm depressed, he's been there when I'm anxious, he's been there when I'm very moody, and he says that we are in this together, and I really appreciate Omar for that. So you need a strong support system. She needs persons who are going to help her to get her body under control, right? And she need a good OBGYN, somebody who is going to help her get her body right in the medical field. Those 3 things, but number 1, the support system is the most important one. So I think I've come to the end of it. If there's anything I left out, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. It's the first time I'm actually talking about this. I was feeling very anxious last night about it too, anxiety. Even this morning, going through my head what I'm going to talk about, the topics I'm gonna cover. But I bared my ass, so now I'm just using my platform to encourage somebody or to let them know that you're not alone in this fight. And even when I would put it up on WhatsApp, there are persons who text me and say that, hey, I have this too, or I'm going through this as well. And I'm like, persons whom I did not even know had it came out and talked to me about it, because what you only need a one listening ear. So if it is that you are going through it and you need help, there are many helplines out there. I know there's this page on Instagram named PCOS Awareness Jamaica, PCOS Jamaica. I'm going to put the links to various pages in the description that you can go to, and feel free to browse the information that's there, because information is everywhere. There are various pages in Jamaica that deals with PCOS. I'm going to put those in the description. So whenever you're ready, if you need somebody to talk to, I am here. You see my socials in the description as well. You just click send me a direct message and we can talk, because I'm open to conversation about it. So feel free to leave a comment, like the video, share the video, so that somebody can know that they're not alone. Alright, I hope you found this video very informative, and as I said before at the start, if you're new to this channel, please do leave a comment, like, share and subscribe. I thank you so very much for watching. Thank you so much very much guys for watching and listening to me talk about PCOS. Enjoy the rest of your day.